cats kill an estimated 2.4 billion birds every year in the United States alone, making them one of the leading causes of bird mortality.
Can you see like right in there's like a baby bird? Yeah, that's it right there. And you hear it chirping. Oh my God, that's so depressing.
While cats may take the blame for declining bird populations, if you're a cat owner who lets your friendly feline have free reign of the city, then you just might be an accessory to bird murder.
Oh my God. You are a menace.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault. This is my cat Nebula, and you're watching Animalogic. Cats have lived with us for thousands of years, but unlike our canine companions, they still operate much like their wild ancestors. And that's because, when we consider their evolutionary timeline, cats really haven't been domesticated for that long. They've only been domesticated for about 10,000 years. Dogs, for comparison, were first domesticated about 30,000 years ago. And there lies the great domestic cat debate: to roam or not to roam? According to a 2020 study, house cats have a 2 to 10 times larger impact on wildlife than wild predators, like hawks and snakes. Even though cats stay within about 100 meters of their home, they devastate the ecosystems in their vicinity. And in places with lots of cats, those small areas add up to giant swaths of devastation. Cats have contributed to the extinction of about 60 vertebrate species globally, with more than half of them being bird species. According to scientists in Canada, the wild bird population has plummeted by about 12% since the 1980s, despite efforts to protect forests, wetlands, and other habitats. And some of the greatest declines we have seen have been in common backyard feeder birds, like sparrows, doves, and finches. These devastating statistics are truly heartbreaking, and an indication that something needs to be done. And thankfully, Nature Canada is doing something about it. They have been fighting to protect wild bird populations for over 80 years, and are the sponsors for today's episode. And one of the learnings from their almost century of experience is that some of the best solutions start at the local level, in our own backyards. Cities, towns, and municipalities of all sizes have a lot of power to protect bird populations from declining. Nature Canada's Bird-Friendly City program encourages towns and cities to implement things that help humans, birds, and cats live safely together. To achieve the highest bird-friendly city certification, cities and towns must have a no-roam bylaw for cats, cut the use of pesticides, and incorporate bird-friendly building designs. If you live in Canada and want to see if your hometown is a certified bird-friendly city, visit birds.naturecanada.ca. There are lots of resources and research there, so even if you're outside of Canada, you can learn how to advocate for birds in our urban environments to be protected by your local government and community members. To truly understand the impact that birds have on our ecosystem, I spoke with Dr. Elizabeth Gao, a research scientist at Environment and Climate Change Canada.
I like to think of birds, they're kind of like the blue-collar workers of ecosystems. They are one of the main movers of seeds that help with plants being transferred. They eat insects, and sometimes very, very large numbers. And if birds are not eating insects, the insect populations start to get really big, and that can damage our trees and crops and plants. And so when you remove an important player or important element of an ecosystem such as birds, it drastically changes the ecosystems. And so our forests aren't going to be as healthy, the air isn't going to be as clean, and it really creates this cascading effect.
This is a lesson China knows all too well. In the late 1950s, as part of their Four Pests campaign, they promoted the killing of sparrows. But sparrows were helping to keep the locust population at bay. And without birds to control them, the locusts decimated rice crops, limiting the food supply and contributing to a famine in China. It's easy to see that birds play a vital role in our world and the health of our forests, marshes, and grasslands, so they need to be protected. But cats affect more than just birds. Most of us probably think of cats hunting birds or mice, but in fact, they hunt a variety of animals, including snakes, frogs, rabbits, and butterflies. We have all seen a variation of this picture. and may have said, "Aw, an unlikely friendship." But little did we know that that butterfly's days were numbered, and that number was 0. Let's be honest, cats are just trying to cat. It's really about our place in the ecosystem as pet owners. Roughly 30% of all Canadians own a cat. And conservationists estimate that if Canadians kept their pet cats indoors, we could help save 200 million birds each year. If you own a cat that you let roam freely outside, you might be thinking, well, my cat never brings home any prey, so I'm good. Cinnamon is an angel. Well, not so fast. A study conducted by researchers at the University of Georgia found that cats brought home less than a quarter of the prey they killed. That's right, they have a whole secret life that you don't know about. Those foxy felines.
So today I have a Mr. Pet Cam, tiny little camera for a cat collar and a little air tag. And we're gonna try and put it on my mom's cat, who is an indoor-outdoor cat. She knows it's not supposed to be. And we're gonna see if we can track his position, see how far he goes, and then with the camera, tomorrow morning, we're gonna see if he got up to any mischief. Giorgio, you have a fat neck. Oh, are you Mr. Handsome? Okay, let's go outside and see how we do. Okay, let's go. Boys! Oh shit! Oh my god, I forgot to hit record on the cat. So I'm a huge dum-dum and I recorded nothing. So now it's nighttime and we're gonna try the nighttime mode. Let's go try it. Alright, let's do this. You wanna go outside, buddy? Yeah. You look really proper pissed. Let's go. Okay, so it's almost 1 a.m. Giorgio just got back from his night walk. You can see he's smacking his chops. I really didn't think he'd do anything because the most, predatory thing he's done so far on the camera is like eat a blade of grass. And then I'm looking at the footage. Oh my God. He goes up in a tree, goes into a bird's nest and grabs what looks like a baby bird and brings it to the ground and eats it alive while it's screaming. You are a absolute madman. Let's just watch. Going up a tree. Okay, there's the nest. Do you see the nest? Can you see like right in there's like a baby bird? Okay, I think he has it now. Okay, he's jumped out. Isn't that it in its mouth? You can see its leg? Yeah, that's it right there. And you can hear it chirping. Oh my God, that's so depressing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the money shot. Thank you for that, buddy. Sorry, bird. Oh, this is quite upsetting. Oh my God. I think he's eating multiple birds. He just killed an entire family of birds. If you could see him, he looks really just happy with himself. This is wild. Oh God. The crazy thing is he ate before he left, then he came home and he just ate some more food. So I don't think this has anything to do with feeding your cats well enough so that they won't kill things, because it seems like they're just bottomless pits of hunger. Okay, looks like he's finally done his horrifying snack. Oh, he also went super far. He went like way further than he went last night. He went all the way over to the major street, which is a lot further. I probably already woken her up, but I am debating waking up my mom to tell her that her cat is a absolute menace. All right, so what have we learned? Don't let your cats outside because they're absolute murder machines. But now we know. I mean, we knew before, but now there's evidence and my family might believe me. So kids, don't. Okay, oh yeah, really? You just ate like 8 birds. Do not rub up against me with your little lips.
It's hard to reconcile our love for our pet cats and the damage they cause. But there are ways to give your cat outdoor time without impacting our flying friends. Things like catios, cat-proof fences, and using a leash when you take your cat outside. Or indoor enrichment ideas like a window perch, introducing some cat furniture, or even bringing in some cat toys. Oh, look at you! Not only are cats amazing killers, but they're also great at making more amazing killers. So the problem can quickly multiply into a lot of very cute kittens that eventually grow into apex predators. The instinct to want to let your cat outdoors is understandable, but there are clear safety benefits to keeping your cat indoors that warrant our attention. A 2019 study found that outdoor cats were nearly 3 times more likely to be infected with parasites compared to indoor-only cats. Plus, indoor-only cats tend to live over 10 years longer than our outdoor cats. This could be due to risky behavior that cats may engage in when they're left free to roam. Things like crossing busy roads, predators, and dust-ups with other animals, not to mention exposure to rat poison, toxic plants, and disease.
Cats actually spread a lot of diseases, from toxoplasmosis, which is a parasite, other diseases like feline leukemia or feline immunodeficiency virus, which is kind of like HIV for cats. And so they can spread it when they come into contact with other cats. And there's even some reports of them spreading it into wild cat populations like cougars and bobcats.
We spent some time with April Campbell, a volunteer trapper at the Annex Cat Rescue. So what do you think about the whole mentality that cats are meant to be outside and that they're just happier out there?
The majority of cats are quite happy inside. They live great lives. We can offer them lots of enrichment. They don't need to go outside. And when we let our cats outside, especially if they aren't fixed, they're contributing to the feral cat population because those cats will either impregnate cats who are already outside, or they'll get pregnant and they may not return home to have those kittens.
Do you find that feral cats hunt a lot, or would they just rather be fed?
Cats, I think, are inherently lazy, and they'll go for the free meal wherever they can get it. But there's no doubt that they do kill birds. Cats are hunters, and the bird flies by and it triggers that instinct, and they chase it and they hunt it.
In partnership with Nature Canada, Dr. Gao set up a study in Gatineau, Quebec to try and implement a system other cities could use to understand how many wandering and feral cats are in each neighborhood, so that cities can tailor their approach to addressing the feral and wandering cat population.
One of the first steps that we kind of need to address the magnitude of the problems of how many cats there are is to actually count them. So it's hard to know how big a problem is until you actually have numbers to tell you what that is. And so this involved putting trail cameras up in people's yards for several weeks, and then taking those trail cameras down and seeing if there were cats recorded on those cameras. Then a bunch of complex computer programs to then get some numbers of how many cats there were and what sort of what neighborhood study they tended to be in.
By identifying what neighborhoods have the most outdoor and feral cats, cities can tailor their approach to reducing those numbers. For instance, if there are a lot of outdoor cats in lower-income neighborhoods, there might be an opportunity to explore free spay and neuter programs. Some of the cats Dr. Gao was counting were free-roaming house cats, but others were feral, and feral cats can live pretty hard lives. Something April and volunteers like her are trying to help with. April let us come along on a mission to capture 3 feral cats, in the hopes that they would be caught, fixed, and then find their forever homes. Today we're in the back alleys and yards of Toronto, and we're joining the Annex Cat Rescue for a special mission. We're here to try and capture 3 stray cats that a lovely family has been feeding for about a week now. We need to try and catch all 3 of them at once in the drop trap, because if only 2 or maybe even just 1 gets trapped, the other ones will likely be scared and scamper off. Let's try and catch some kitties.
TNR is done mostly by volunteers, and most of us have full-time jobs as well. Feral cats are out most often early in the morning or late in the evening, so a lot of the time it's getting up early to go and find the cats or feed the cats or trap the cats. Most of the traps are designed so that we never come into actual contact with the cat, so that the cat is safe and that we are safe. But the socializing can be a little dangerous because sometimes it means sticking your hands in with cats that don't necessarily want to be your friend. So the TNR itself is not dangerous. It's usually what happens after.
With the siren song of the treat bag, this little feral kitty came running. And we already had dinner set out for him, so he is mowing down. Oh, here comes a few more. Oh, this guy's so little. Take a look at this guy. We got 2. Wish us luck. Well, that's 2 out of 3. Oh, they're panicking right now, but they are definitely off to a better place. Oh boy. Covering them up will help them calm down. These cats are going to be tagged and then neutered and then either released or rehomed, depending on their temperament, their health, and a number of factors. Breaks my heart, but he's going to a better place. Oh. It's okay, kiddo, you're gonna get so many treats and snacks. Oh, this bigger male is definitely fighting the cage. He's not happy. Being free is all he's known, but it also hasn't been good to him. Oh, good! Yes! He finally tired out a bit and he ran into the carrier. Oh, good. I'm just so glad they didn't hurt themselves. So that's 2 out of 3 cats captured, but there's one more. Oh my goodness! We just caught the 3rd cat! This could have gone any number of ways, but I'm so thrilled to know that these 3 cats are gonna be in a better place. So now that these cats are trapped and they're getting their vet care, do you think that they have a prospect of being rehomed rather than being put back out on the street?
These ones, definitely. These cats are very friendly. They're very used to people. The male was rolling around on the ground asking for pets, so he was probably someone's pet at some point. The kittens were probably born outside, but they've been socialized to humans enough that people have been feeding them, that they have good prospect of getting into homes.
Now, from April's perspective, she has seen TNR in combination with placing homeless cats into foster or adoption programs really work. And colonies no longer exist because cats aren't reproducing, have aged out, or have found a home. But TNR as a method on its own can be controversial, and critics argue whether or not the method is truly effective. One of the arguments is that TNR still doesn't address the effects feral cats have on wildlife.
The Trap-Neuter-Release is kind of like a shelter on the street, which is a bit of a highly, highly controversial management approach because there isn't the indoor space to house cats. They're neutered, usually vaccinated, spayed, and then they're released usually back to either the same area or they're returned somewhere else. And that certainly doesn't help birds. It doesn't help sort of these bigger problems. It might help those individual cats from not reproducing, but research is showing that you need like well over 90-95% of all cats to be spayed and neutered. Some cats are rehomed, which is a much better option, but not all cats can be. So it is a money thing. It's super complicated and challenging.
Fostering or adopting cats from shelters is a great way to be a part of the solution. And if you already have a cat, make sure you keep it inside. As both a bird lover and a cat lover, I hope that we as humans can start to take ownership of the role we have to play in changing ecosystems to ensure a happy ending for our feathered friends. I know that this is going to be controversial, and I also understand that a lot of people have cats that live outside, like Dylan's little murder mittens. That's most of our cats. We just don't get to see it. They don't bring it home. They just come home with a smug expression and mystery in their eyes. But the truth is that we created this problem, and unfortunately the cats are suffering for it, and via them, the environment is suffering for it. I think it's important to make the case that just because a cat is happy going outside, doesn't mean they can't also be happy inside. I try really hard to make this place as happy and as livable for my cat as it is for me. Because let's face it, cats aren't going anywhere. They're staying. We just need to keep them a little closer to home. thanks again to Nature Canada for protecting birds and sponsoring this video. So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching and see ya! Nebs, tell me you wouldn't eat a baby bird. Nebs, you wouldn't, would you?